In the dim, eternal haze of the between, the Grim Reaper waited. He had no need for time, no clocks ticked, no sun rose or fell in his domain. His existence was an endless procession of souls, each one a fleeting flicker of humanity extinguished. Over millennia he had grown numb to their screams, their tears, their bargains for more time, until her. On a chilly November night, Eleanor Dawes stood at the edge of a crumbling bridge. The rain fell in sheets, soaking her thin coat as the swirling river below beckoned. Her hands trembled on the rail, her breath uneven. She closed her eyes, ready to leap, and then she saw him. The Reaper had arrived, summoned by her despair. His hollow eyes glowed faintly beneath his dark hood, and his scythe gleamed with an otherworldly light. But unlike others who fled or froze in terror, Eleanor only stared at him. "You're early."
I am never early, it is your time.
"Then do it, finish it."
The Reaper hesitated. He had seen thousands, millions, meet their end. But something about her stilled his hand. It was not her beauty, though she was beautiful in a fragile human way. It was the emptiness in her eyes, a mirror of his own eternal void.
Why do you wish to end it?
Because there's nothing left. No family, no friends, no reason to keep breathing.
Come with me.
And she did. For months or years, Eleanor could not tell, she travelled at the Reaper's side. He showed her the between, the shadowy realm where souls lingered before passing on. She watched him ferry the lost and the damned, witnessed his power and his mercy. In his company she felt alive for the first time in years. And the Reaper changed too. He began to linger in the mortal world longer than necessary, watching Eleanor marvel at sunsets and fields of wildflowers. Her laughter, rare but radiant, became the brightest thing in his dark existence. He had never known love, not in the way humans did, but Eleanor awakened something ancient and primal in him, a hunger for connection he had buried beneath centuries of duty. He loved her as only death could, completely and without fear.
"You saved me! But you can't keep me here forever, can you?"
The Reaper said nothing. He could feel the inevitable tug of her mortality, the faint flicker of her soul that grew dimmer each day. He had kept her safe from death, but he could not halt its approach.
"I don't want to leave you, but if I stay I'll wither, I can feel it."
I could make you eternal, bind your soul to the between.
"That's not living. I don't want to become a shadow like the others. I'd rather die with you beside me."
Her words struck him like the final toll of a bell. He knew what she asked of him, and it shattered what little was left of his resolve. On a quiet winter morning, the Reaper stood with Eleanor beneath a withered oak tree. Snow blanketed the ground, muting the world into silence. Eleanor's cheeks were flushed from the cold, her breaths visible in the crisp air.
"I'm ready."
The Reaper raised his scythe, its blade catching the pale light. His hands trembled, an unfamiliar weakness overtaking him. Eleanor stepped closer, her gaze unwavering.
"I love you."
And are you?
The scythe fell, slicing through the air in one fluid motion. Eleanor collapsed into his arms, her body lifeless but her face serene. For the first time the Reaper wept. He carried her soul gently, cradling it like the most precious thing he had ever held. In the between, he placed her in a realm of golden fields and endless sunlight, a paradise she had always longed for. And though he could not follow, he visited her often, standing silently at the edge, watching her joy from afar. Death had taken many, but only once had he ever loved.